You see them everywhere, right? At the mall, in office buildings, at big events. That person in the uniform, just kind of keeping an eye on things. We see them so often, we probably don't even give them a second thought. But have you ever actually stopped to wonder, what power do they really have? So what's the deal here? I mean, with the uniform and sometimes a badge and that serious demeanor, it's pretty easy to assume they have some kind of special authority. Are they basically a private police force? Or are they really just a regular private citizen, like you and me, but in a uniform? Let's get into it. And boom, right off the bat, we get the single most important answer. In Ontario, legally speaking, a security guard has the exact same authority as any other private citizen. That's it. This is the foundation for everything else we're about to unpack.
Okay, so let's start by busting the biggest myth out there, the idea that security guards have some kind of special police-like powers to arrest or detain people. This is where a ton of confusion comes from.
I think we've all wondered about this one. You know, the idea that if a guard thinks you did something, they can hold you there. But the reality? It's a hard no. A guard can't detain someone just based on a suspicion. Just like any of us, they generally need to witness a crime to make a citizen's arrest. A hunch just doesn't cut it.
And look, it's not just my interpretation. This is spelled out plain and simple, right in the official training materials. There's no gray area here. The answer is just no. If you remember one thing about their powers, this is probably it.
And the list of things they can't do keeps going. These are serious official duties that are only for law enforcement or other officers of the court. A security guard can't act as a bailiff. They have no authority to take your fingerprints, and they definitely don't have access to something as sensitive as the Witness Protection Program. Their role has very clear boundaries.
So if they don't have special legal powers, what about the uniform? It sure looks official, doesn't it? It projects authority. But as we're about to see, there are some really strict rules about that uniform too.
You see a shiny metal badge on a uniform and your brain can't help but make that connection to a police officer. But the regulations are actually designed to stop that from happening. Security guards are strictly forbidden from using any equipment that could make the public mistake them for the police. And this one is about as clear as it gets. It's a simple, absolute rule. There can't be any confusion. The word police is protected. It can only be used by, well, the police. This keeps a really important visual line drawn between private security and public law enforcement.
Okay, so if it's not the uniform, and we know it's not any special legal powers, then what gives a person the right to work as a professional security guard? Where does their professional standing actually come from?
It's this. One word. The license. This is what separates a professional trained security guard from just any other person on the street. It's not about having more power. It's about meeting a professional standard of training and accountability. And having that license? Well, it comes with a whole rule book. This isn't just some card they can flash. It represents a professional code of conduct they have to follow every single minute they're on duty.
Now this brings up a really fascinating point about accountability. If this license is so important, who actually has the right to check it? Their supervisor, the police? Just take a second and think about who you think has that right.
The answer? Anyone. That's right. You, me. Any member of the public at any time has the right to ask an on-duty security guard to show them their license. It's a pretty powerful check and balance, making sure the whole system is transparent.
So you can see there are all these layers of responsibility built in. The guard themselves has to carry their license and show it to you if you ask. And before they can even put on the uniform, their employer has a legal duty to make sure that license is valid. It's a real chain of accountability.
And being a guard isn't a job for life. If they fail to meet the standards, say they no longer have a clean criminal record, they are immediately ineligible to work. The law says they have to stop working and physically return their license within just 5 days. The system is designed to be self-correcting and fast.
So let's wrap this all up. We've busted the myths about special powers, we've looked at the strict rules around the uniform, and we've learned that the whole profession is built on a license that demands accountability. So, what are we left with?
And we end right back where we started, with the most crucial takeaway. This quote says it all. After everything we've looked at, the bottom line is still the same. A security guard is, at their core, a citizen in a uniform, someone with professional training and a license, but operating with the very same legal authority as everyone else. So the next time you see a security guard, you'll have a much clearer picture of who they are and what they do. You'll understand the limits of their authority, but you'll also understand the professional standards they're supposed to live up to. The only question left is,
Now that you know the truth behind the uniform, will it change how you see the person wearing it?